This week. As we discussed on Gamescast Live this week, the onslaught of PSVR2 games coming this fall, Metro, Arcanage, Behemoth, Aces of Thunder, Zombie Army, Phasmophobia, Wanderer, Into the Radius, and about 20 others is just about to hit. But Tuner Max's Firewatch-inspired Snow Scout is doing whatever it can to get ahead of the rush, as they announced a September 12th release date this week. Snow Scout, like so many other VR games lately, should be better on PSVR2 than it is anywhere else, touting some great haptics, a solid 90 frames native, and, surprisingly, a $20 price tag, which is $10 less than its Steam counterpart. The other big news this week was pretty unexpected. The newly revealed Five Nights at Freddy's game called Secret of the Mimic has been announced to be playable on PlayStation VR2. Now, it's not set to release until 2025, but FNAF insiders are speculating that it's set in the Security Breach universe, so unlike Help Wanted 1 and 2, it has the potential to have way more free roaming sections, which, let's be honest, would be a great change of pace.
If you can hear me, you need to get out of there! Now!
After a mixed response from those who went hands-on with it at Gamescom, the Zombie Army VR Twitter account began teasing a release date announcement, likely to be revealed sometime this week. The response to this tweet, though, is exactly what I was hoping to see. Lots of fans begging for the game to be delayed in order for it to get the love and attention it deserves. I mean, let's be honest, if Zombie Army VR is anything less than a 7 or even an 8 out of 10, it'll be overshadowed by all the more polished games coming our way this fall. So hopefully Rebellion and XR are listening, and they consider pushing this thing into 2025.
Shipwrecked in a strange land, cut off from all mankind.
Okay, so you can pretty much file this story as a non-news item, but since we talked so much about Bootstrap Island on Gamescast Live this week, it seemed necessary to update you on the progress of the PSVR2 version, or lack thereof. In fact, the developers confirmed that our speculations were correct, that although Maru VR Productions intends to bring their hardcore roguelite survival game over to PSVR2 eventually, their current focus is finishing the game on Steam and getting it out of early access. So hopefully we'll see it over here sometime in 2025, but they're a small team, so even that might be a little optimistic.
Cut off from all mankind. My fate is in my own hands.
A little more optimistic is the PSVR2 version of Subside, as the developer announced this week that the Steam version is just about ready to release, and that the PSVR2 version will be the next priority. This new video showing off the gesture-based smooth turning and strafing looks great, and I can practically feel the water haptics in my Sense controllers already. There's a new sale on the PlayStation Store called Dealmania. Looking through the list of games on sale isn't super impressive, especially after the great summer sale we just had. The one exception might be Survivor Man VR The Descent, which, if you saw Miles' livestream, you already know it's not a good game by any stretch. But for $1.50, it might be worth it for trophy hunters out there looking for an easy platinum.
Virtual experience. You think you can survive?
It seems like a lot of people don't even know that From Software made a PSVR1 game, but I guess there's a good reason for that. It wasn't a Souls game or even an action game. Instead, From Software brought us a puzzle-heavy narrative adventure called Deracine, which relied on node-to-node teleportation to get around. Surprisingly though, it was actually pretty good, and unlike a lot of the games we talk about here, it was a PlayStation exclusive, meaning that unless it gets a port, it's trapped on PSVR1 forever. Now, if From Software ever decides to port it, I'd love to see an option for full locomotion and climbing mechanics, which would make this one a little more attractive to most people.
Stand still, then please. Won't you be friends with us? Please.
Every week, our good friend Professor Lilith organizes a multiplayer meetup over on our Discord. It happens every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and this week we'll be playing 10-player PvP shooter, Pavlov. If you can't make this week's meetup, don't worry, it happens every Sunday at the same time. So, make sure you click the link in the description below. Come join our Discord.
This week.